Hello Year Ones and welcome to Lesson 19 of your Phonics program. So my name's Simone and I'm very happy to be with you here today. Let's start off by revisiting the homework that we had for yesterday. So let's have a look. I asked you to have a look at each of these words and write them down and dot dash dive them. Let's have a quick read through the words together. Line, line, pipe, pipe, twine, twine, quite, quite, drive, drive, size, five, strike, strike, crime. Good job. Then I asked you, I gave you 5 words and I asked you to read the words and then add an E to the end and see what the new word is that you make. So let's have a look. Our first word was win, win. If we put an E on the end, wine, wine. That's a drink. Some people like to drink when they have their dinner. Wine. Let's have a look at our next word, din. A din, that's a funny old-fashioned word for a big loud noise. Oh, there was such a din, I had a headache. But if we add an E to the end, dine. Dine from dinner. I dine every evening on champagne and oysters. Dine. Good job. Our next word, slim. But look, put an I on the end, slime, slime. Pip, pip. Pipe, pipe. One more, rip. Ripe, ripe. Great job. If you did that homework, I'm really proud of you and you should be very proud of yourselves because by doing this homework and having a practice without me means you're going to be a very good reader and writer and speller and it will help you a lot in the future. So let's pop this away and let's review some sounds. We'll do our phonological awareness. So switch your listening ears on. Do you remember the other day we took away the final sounds in some words? We're going to do that again today. So you listen, the word is farm. Farm, without the far. Good, let's do that one together. Farm, farm, far. Next word, lost. Lost, loss, loss. Good job. Next word, cats. Cats. Without s, cat. Good job. Next word, fern. Fern. Without n, fur. Good job. Our next word is storm. Storm. Without m, store. And our last word, herd. Herd. Without d, her. How did you go? That's a bit tricky, isn't it? Well done. We've been learning a lot about digraphs. Say it with me. Digraphs is when a digraph is when 2 letters represent 1 sound. We've learned about trigraphs. A trigraph is when 3 letters represent 1 sound. And we've learned about split digraph. So remember, a split digraph is 2 vowels split by a consonant to make a long vowel sound. Can you say that with me? A split digraph is 2 vowel sounds split by a consonant to make a long vowel sound. Good job. And we've learned a couple of those. Let's remember all of our recent digraphs. Are we ready? Say it with me. E-A, eat, E. Double E, feet, E. O-U, house, ow. O-W, cow, ow. O-W, blow, O. Y, cry, I. I-G-H, light, I. A consonant E, cake, A. I consonant E, bike, I. Good job. Let's have a look at some of our words that are trickier to spell. Your, one, have, was, there, here, what, end, friend, about. Good job. We're going to review and read some words together that have some of our tricky spellings in them. Y at the end of a word says I. We're going to review A consonant E, split digraph A. We're going to review our trigraph, IGH says I. We're going to review Y says I at the end of a one syllable word. And we're going to review OW, blow, says O. Okay, let's have a read together. I'm using my red texter for this one. I, try. If you don't at first succeed, try again. Ain, crane. Good job. Slight, slight. Good job. Try, crane, slight. Try, crane, slight. Let's look at our next row. Jade, jade. Sky. Stale. Jade, sky, stale. Jade, sky, stale. Good job. Let's read our last line. Shame. It was a shame that it rained at my wedding. Shame. Good job. I told you. It's a flashback, isn't it? Grow. Good job. Last one. Mine. Let's read these together. Shame. Grow. Mine. Good job. I wonder if you know this word. This is a semi-precious stone and it's a sort of a pretty pale green and people carve jewellery out of it or little statues and things. The word is in this row. So if you're not sure, it's not stale or sky. Jade. Have you heard of jade? Jade could also be a girl's name. It's a very pretty name. Good work if you knew that one. If you didn't, you learnt a new word today. I wonder if you can find another word. This word's very tricky. This word has two meanings. It can be a bird, but it can also be a piece of machinery. So I'd like you to have a look in the top row. Try crane. Did you read the word crane and say, Simone, that's the answer. It's crane. Good job if you did. Well done and great reading. We're going to move on now and we're going to learn another split digraph. Can you believe it? There's 5 all up. The split digraph we're going to learn today is O with a consonant, E, bone, says O. So it's the same again. Short, with an E on the end, it becomes long. Bone, O. Let's do some sky writing. Are we ready? O, consonant E, says O. O, consonant E, says O. One more. O, consonant E, says O. Great work. Let's stand up and we'll do some kung fu blending with some bossy E, split digraph O words. Are we ready? Our word is lobe. That's your earlobe. Lobe. Lobe. Ooh, obe. Lobe. Good job. Our next word is hope. 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 Ope. Hope. Next word, vote. Vote. vote, vote. Home, home. Oh, home. How did you go with those words? You did pretty well. Let's read some words that have our new split digraph OE in them. Here they are. So remember, if we got rid of the E, this word would be not with a short O, but when we add the E, not becomes oat, note. I left a note for Father Christmas or the Tooth Fairy. Oat, note. Oak, bloke. Is your neighbour a nice bloke? I don't know. Ope, rope. Note, bloke, rope. Note, bloke, rope. Good job. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, I love this word. If we take the E off, we get the word glob. Isn't that a gross sounding word? There was a big glob of slime on the floor. If we add an E, globe, 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 globe. You can talk about light globe, globe of the earth. It's a lovely word. Drone, drone. See them flying sometimes at the park. Loan, loan. Let's read them together. Globe, globe. Drone, drone. Loan, loan. Globe, drone, loan. Nope, nope. It's one of my favourite words. If I don't feel like doing something, nope, not going to happen. Let's read it again. Nope, nope. Oh, here's a good one. Quote, quote, quote. That means to use someone else's words. I'll try and think of a funny one before the end of the lesson. Time. Good job. Nope, quote, time. And again, nope, quote, time. Quote, or a quotation. To quote Dr. Seuss, the more you read, the more you'll know. Can you say that with me? The more you read, the more you'll know. Good job. That's why we do all this work. We're doing all the hard, muscle building reading work so that we'll be able to read as we get older and it will be nice and easy. I'd like you to grab something to write on and something to write with, and I'll see you back here in a minute. You can press pause and I'm going to make a face. Are you ready? Good job. We're going to try something a little bit different today, and I'm a bit excited about this. So at the top of your page, I'd like you to write O, consonant E, for our new split digraph. So the first word I'd like you to write is cod. A cod is a kind of fish. Say with me, cod, cod, k-o-d. Let's write it down. K-o-d. Cod. Now, let's get tricky. Let's put an E on the end. Let's read that word together. Code. Code. Learning about split digraphs is a little bit like learning a secret code. We're cracking the code to help us with our reading and writing. Let's look at our next word. Our next word is con. Con. Say it with me. Con, con, k-o-n. K-o-n. I heard some people say it, but I didn't hear everyone say it. Make sure when you write the letters down, you say them out loud. K-o-n. Let's add an E on the end. What word have we got now? K-o-n, cone. I saw a pine cone. Excellent work. Our next word is my favourite word from before. Can you write glob? Say with me, glob. Glob. G-l-o-b. Let's write glob. Does your glob look like that? If it does, pop an E on the end, and what word have we got now? Globe. Globe. Good job. Let's do another one I really, really like. If you spring around on one foot, that's called hop. Can you say hop? Hop. Op. Let's write that. Hop. Good job. Guess what? Pop an E on the end. Hop becomes ope. Hope. I hope this is making it easier for you to learn the split digraph O. We're going to take a break now and look at another irregularly spelt word. And today's word is little. I used to be little, you used to be little. Can you say little with me? Little, little. Let's sound it out. Ul, it, ul. There's 4 sounds in little. So I've got 4 boxes to write little in. Are we ready? What's the first sound in little? Say little with me. Little, little, ul, ul. Let's say little again. Little, little, ul, I, ul, I. Good job. Say little again. Little, ul, it. In this word, we need double T. This is the bit, or one of the parts of this word we need to learn by heart. Ul, it. But that's not the whole word. Say little, little. Ul, it, ul, ul. So it sounds like ul. But we can't end our syllable. You listen, how many syllables in little? Lit, tall. Lit has a vowel. We need a vowel in every syllable. So we're going to be sneaky and we're going to pop an E on the end. And that is another section we have to learn by heart. So little has 2 little hearts, 2 little bits we need to remember. So let's say the word together. Little, 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 ul, it, ul. I'd like you to grab your pen and your paper and we're going to write little together. Are you ready? As we write it, we're going to say the letter names. L, I, T, T, L, E spells little. Can we do that one more time together? You write it on your page. Ul, it, t, ul, e, says little. How did you go? Give yourselves a couple of ticks if you managed to write little. Let's have a go at some fluency passages. The smell of rose. The smell of rose. Lovely. That's a long one. Drifts into my nose. Let's read that again. The smell of rose drifts into my nose. Now let's read it again as if we were reading a book. And I want you to just close your eyes for a minute and take a big inhale. Can you imagine smelling the beautiful scent of a nice fresh rose? Let's read it as if it's a nice dreamy beautiful smell. Are you ready? The smell of rose drifts into my nose. Can you read it like that? It rhymes a bit. You ready? The smell of rose drifts into my nose. Oh, how lovely. Maybe you could see if you've got any roses around. I don't think it's quite the right time of the year. Let's have a look at our next sentence. Oh, look, I can see our new tricky word. little, little. So remember the little heart bits? I'm going to do a little tiny baby, little hearts. The little boy. The little boy, what happened? The little boy broke. Uh-oh. The little boy broke a bone. No. Bone in his foot. Oh, poor love. Let's read that slowly. The little boy broke a bone in his foot. I think I'd be a bit sad if I were reading this. Can we read that as if we feel a bit sorry for this poor little boy? Because his foot probably hurts. You ready? The little boy broke a bone in his foot. Can you read it like that? The little boy broke a bone in his foot. Oh, poor love. He'll have to lie on the couch and everyone can bring him milkshakes. Sounds all right, really, doesn't it? Okay, so excellent work. Let's just remember, today we were practicing the split digraph. O consonant E says O in bone. Let's have a quick practice. O consonant E says O in bone. O consonant E says O. Great work. Let's have a quick look at our homework. Here are our words from our words to read page. They're the same. I'd like you to read each word and then write it and dot dash dive it. So let's look at our first word. Oh, it's my favourite, globe. I'm going to write it over here. Glob. And then globe, dot dash dive it. When you've finished with all of these words, I'd like you to create some new words with these 5, just like we did yesterday. Today we've got cop. We're going to put an E on the end. K-op will become k-ope, cope. See if you can work out what the rest of the words are. Have a fantastic rest of the day and I'll see you tomorrow. See you later, alligator.